everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge in 5 more best bets for the night in sports. And I've already seen it in the chat. I believe Capper Taylor said it best. Oh, the NBA is back. And I know. We complain about it all the time. But didn't you miss it just a little bit? The grind, trying to get into it. You did. Now, that's the NBA. But a lot of you think you're smarter than us. And we want you to prove it. Because we are just weeks away from March Madness. That's right. It's time for brackets, and we want you to sign up right there. Use that QR code, or you can go to tinyurl.com. It's all about us versus you for tournament glory, for legacy. And I would like nothing better than for many of you to knock EC right off his perch. And with all that being said, let's bring in the stars of the show. Because with the NBA back, you know I needed Mikey B. You know EC frickin' Frack are going to be here because there's a speculator. Somebody in the chat's a speculator. Make me some money. That's all the man knows how to do. Now, we're going to change it up just a little bit today. EC, I'll get to you in a second. But Mikey B, going to change it up. I would love nothing more than to start Early Edge in 5 today with a player NBA prop. Can you help me out?
I got you, Coach. Let's go to the Spurs-Mavericks game. We're going to do Malachi Branham over 13.5 points at minus 125 odds. Now, Romeo Langford and Devin Vassell are out. Trey Jones is doubtful. Branham has scored at least 14 points in 6 of the last 8 games. He actually averaged over 18 points a game during that stretch. The Mavericks, since they traded away Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith, 2 good defenders, they've allowed an average of 118.6 points per game. Regardless if this game gets out of hand or not, Branham should play enough minutes to hit the over 13.5 points.
I absolutely love this play to start the show, but we are far from being finished. By the way, Robert says, Specty with a nice pick on the She Believes Cup last night. Not only did you pick it correctly with the over, you picked the correct score. How good did that feel?
About as close as you could get. Model was 2.0 to 1.1, 2 to 1. I mean, I saw somebody said they bet exact score 2 to 1 and cashed at plus 750 because of that. Love to see it. And you're a man of the people, unlike your partner in crime who never thinks about anybody but himself. But, excuse me. I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it. Sorry, EC. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to do it. But, Specty, I apologize. We had to let Mikey B go first. We got to push the NBA to the top today. But you're not far behind. What do you got today for us? Yeah, we're going to go over to the Nuggets and Cavs game, and we like the over 222.5. Our SportsLine AI has this total projected at 224. And for everybody who's always asking on Twitter, we agree with the SportsLine Sim. AI and Sim agree. This is an A pick on the Sim as well. And I understand why both the models think of the over here. Denver ranks first in the league in offensive rating at 118.2, and they shoot a league best 51.2% from the floor, including a league best 39.2% from 3. Defensively, the Nuggets also like to give up quite a few points. They give up 109.4 points per game. And on the road, which they are today, it rises to 116.4. On the other side of the ball, the Cavaliers had a great streak in the month of February. Their last 8 games, they averaged 115.1 points per game. Their offense is hitting their stride. Let's go with the over here.
Educate and entertain, ladies and gentlemen. Educate and freaking entertain. That's all my boy does. By the way, Mikey B, I'm going to come back to you because I was on CBS Sports HQ yesterday representing the entire Early Edge crew, and they asked me about some futures. So they said, I need one team to go under. And I said the Nuggets, under 56.5. They would have to go 16-7 the rest of the way. Grizzlies twice, Suns twice, the game tonight against the Cavs. A lot of good teams. Raptors, they still have to play. Do you like that pick from me?
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. They could rest some guys down the stretch if they continue to pull away with the top seed there. So I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
All right, thank you very much. That feels good to have my back.
Gotcha, Coach.
Thank you very much. By the way, they're noticing in the chat. They said, just like my old buddy The Rock, they said, finally. Oh, Mikey B has his audio fixed. Yes, we fixed it. It feels so good.
I was nervous, guys. I was real nervous, guys. I was sweating this out. I'm happy.
All right. We have Mikey B done. We have the speculator done. And I'm going to go next because as much as it kills me, I'm a man of respect. And I respect it when somebody goes 3-1 the night before. So I got 2 big plays for you from the association. So happy it's back. And I told you that the Pacers, when they're at home, they play fast right out of the gate. Now, remember, every team is going to be rested tonight. If there was ever a night to feed into overs, it would be tonight. So we're going to go Celtics-Pacers first half over 119. That's minus 115. This Pacers team plays absolutely zero defense. They score a lot. They start fast, and they end slow. So let's play them in the first half. Then, by the way, the over for the game at SportsLine is also, I think, a B-rated play there as well. Then we're going to go late night. And you guys know my rule. And tonight I'm breaking it. Anything over 240, you got to prove it to me, and we always play the under. Not tonight. We're going to go the over because of all these teams being healthy, because of all these teams being rested. Blazers, Kings, over 241, minus 110. Damian Lillard. The Kings, did you know they're the 3 seed in the West right now? Did you know that? Most people think they stink. They do not. Let's go over 241 tonight. All right, EC. Everybody knows in the early edge universe, if you're going to get the Maestro spot, you have to earn it. And you, sir, more than came through last night, but I'm assuming instead of looking at the positives, you're going to tell me why Illinois State and Drake didn't cover the over.
How did you know that I was going to do that, Coach? Exactly. We still love the Drake. I said they would score 80 last night. They scored 80. Illinois State, we were more than halfway there in the first half. I thought I was ready to write a nice tweet about how I was going 4-0. I knew that Alabama was not going to cover that line. We knew that. Then they should have lost the game. But what the heck was that Illinois State? Bunch of garbage. All right, we have 4 plays tonight. Let's get right into it. College basketball, we have 3 overs, and then we have a money line parlay. Sorry, Coach, it's back. All right, North Texas and Charlotte. This is the dumbest line I think I've seen all year. I hope this is not my jinx. Over 110. Now, these two teams played 2 weeks ago, and the final score was 67-43. But they're averaging, if you add their combined points per game, they're averaging 130, albeit North Texas is number 2 in the country in defense, allowing a little over 56 points a game. That's behind Houston, by the way. But they are 4-0-1 to the over in their last 5. Their last 6 road games have gone over this number, and every single one of Charlotte's home games has gone over this number. I'm sorry. I usually avoid these lines, but this one is foolish. I'm going over 110. Okay, so that's number 1. Then we're going to stick with Conference USA, Rice and UAB over 158.5. Now, when they played the last time, it was 70-52 UAB. I don't love that, but Rice on the road is a different animal. They're 10-1 to the over on the road. If you combine these two teams' over lines on the year, they're 38-12-1 to the over. Both teams are 11-5 to the over when it's 156 points plus. This one's 158.5. Rice has gone over 160 in their last 4. UAB's gone over 160 in 4 of their last 6. It's a high number, but we're going to play it. Speaking of high numbers, we have San Diego Gonzaga over 78 in the first half, and that's minus 115. Gonzaga games have hit this over 8 times in their 14 conference games. In 3 of their last 4 games, the first half totals have been 92, 96, and 100. And San Diego, in their last road game, gave up 94, or there were 94 total points in the first half against Pacific. I think Gonzaga drops 100 tonight, and I think they easily score 50 in the first half, for goodness sakes. And then it's time. The money line parlay, what you've all been waiting for, is back. It's Utah Valley and Detroit. Wait, Utah Valley and Detroit? Hold on a second. All right, I actually have I have logic here, guys. Now, these are not big teams. Did you know that Utah Valley is the second best team against the spread all year in college basketball? They're 17-7. Only Cal State Fullerton is half a game better than they are. They're 11-4 against the spread on the road, and they've covered in 4 straight games. They're 2.5-point favorites, but we're just asking for them to win the game on the money line. Now, Detroit's at home against Northern Kentucky. When they played earlier in the year, they lost by 2. They also have the leading scorer in the country, a kid named Antoine Davis, averaging nearly 28 points per game. He's way ahead of everybody else. He scored 30-plus in 6 straight. Detroit's won 5 of 6, no coincidence. Northern Kentucky has lost 3 of 5. If you parlay these two together, as I'm asking, Utah Valley, Detroit money line, plus 205. As I like to say, book it.
We have some conflicting responses in the chat. Okay. I'll start with this. John Parker says, Drake game killed me. Shouldn't parlay, which we've been telling EC for a week. But then Brian says, EC's the man. So you got one guy on one side, one guy on the other side. But I believe that Big Cheesy breaks the tie. He says EC probably yells at the dates about why his last date was such a flop. Aha. Just like you do with losers on the show.
EC's like I picture EC like Bernie Sanders. He goes, I am once again asking for a parlay.
It's like a mix between him and Larry David. That's what I am. Yeah,
Now, John, who just talked about his parlay not hitting, he says, I love EC.
Thank you, John. By the way, I want to point this out. When I saw Speculator's pick come in our email earlier, I blindly bet it. I didn't even look at any research. I blindly bet it. And I put it with my Gonzaga first half over without even doing any homework on it. That's how confident I am. No pressure or anything.
Some would say you do that with all of your picks that you give out here on the show.
I generally do, but this one
you don't do any research.
I give you research every day. Whether you want to accept the research is a different story.
Alexander says, honestly, I've been parlaying since EC came on here. Not done too bad. All right. So maybe
had our ups and downs.
Maybe I'm the outlier. Maybe that's what it is.
We're taking a shot, Coach. Plus 205. This can salvage my night if the others go to whatever.
Oh my God, man. You are worth the price of admission. You're worth the price of admission. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here's the recap, courtesy of the Snake on the ones and the twos. EC 3 straight, then a little money line parlay. North Texas, Charlotte over 110. Rice, UAB over 158.5. San Diego, Gonzaga first half over 78. EC says that Gonzaga will score at least 50 in the first half, 100 for the game. In fact, if that does indeed happen, I need you to write right now, #CohenHeads if you want to participate. If they score 50 in the first half, I personally will give away $100 cold hard cash. If they score 100, I will personally give away another $100 cold hard cash. #CohenHeads in the chat if you want to be eligible to play. Then the money line parlay, Utah Valley plus Detroit. You put it together, plus 205. Detroit, under the radar, has been a pretty good team the last month. Then the speculator, as he does, just checking them off one at a time. NuggetsCavs over 222.5. It's also a rated A play if you are a SportsLine member. And then 2 plays from me. We're going to start it off fast tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. CelticsPacers first half over 119. And then late night, Kings Blazers over 241. And then Mikey B. I encourage you to follow him on social media. He's always educating you, giving out different plays, also props. NBA props are live at SportsLine. They're within the game. We're always trying to make the site better for you, and you can find all of Mikey B's props there as well. All right. See what I just did for the people, EC? You see what I just did there? I turned your money line parlay into something positive with the Gonzaga game, so people don't worry about it.
Hey, by the way, Coach, I think Bobby Locks, a.k.a. Berg Betts, wants to take a showdown with me on he likes Tarleton State tonight, and I like Utah Valley.
Okay. Are we doing a money line? Is he in the chat?
He wants plus 3. I'll give him the points.
You'll give him the points. Okay, so Berg Betts, if you are in the chat right now, I need you to write I am in at plus. So Tarleton's getting 3?
Yeah, so and I'll take Utah Valley minus 3.
And you'll take Utah Valley minus 3, and Berg Betts is on Tarleton plus the 3. All right, yep. I need to know that he is in. Berg Betts, I need you to write that in the chat. Say, I am in. But I assume since he's part of the crew, he is. So to complete the showdown, EC, you know what you need to do.
Snake, hit the music.
It's gonna be a showdown.
And right as you said it, my man Berg Betts wrote, I am in the chat. Another showdown. I absolutely love showdowns. All right. You gave him the 3. True story. I played against Tarleton State when I was in college. Not many people know that. I did. EC, did you know I had a little skills with my hard wood ball skills? That's hard to say.
So I've been told.
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. Just a little bit about it. All right. It's all the damage we can do. We're here every single weekday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. There's nobody else that's going to give you this kind of education and entertainment in this space. I defy you to find it, send it to me, and I will wait. This is the best, most fun brand in sports betting, and it's not close. And with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them up. EC, Speculator, Mikey B with the great audio, and the Snake always behind the scenes doing the work. I am the coach. We're just here to have a good time, cash a few tickets, and always pay it forward here at the Early Edge, where sometimes, yes, sometimes, we do it in 5. Good luck.